Just realised the draw's poking out on my desk.
That is annoying. You go and fix that.
No, I'm going to leave it there now on purpose to annoy you.
I'll turn this call off. Sir?
Okay, go on then.
I can't. I don't want to.
Roll the intro.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast, the show where two YouTubers slide forward in their chairs as they talk about Doctor Who. I'm just trying to think of creative bits at this point. We're 63 episodes in, I'm starting to run out of ideas. My chair just cracks,
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. It's a new chair, I'm breaking it in. It's like a new body, but it's a chair.
Actually breaking it in.
Do you like my chair, Crispy? You're
I
my
do like
co-host.
your chair.
How are you doing, Crispy Pro?
I'm great, mate. How are you?
I'm alright, I'm tired. It's late on Thursday night. This is going to be a quick turnaround for this episode. Because I had a job interview and we couldn't reschedule it too early in the week because this little devil was off in Queensland DJing. I mean,
I was Mr. DJ boy.
He normally, ladies and gentlemen, he normally has a day free for him to do YouTube things, and he took it up to go and DJ. So now I'm having to record
my first Crispy Pro weekend forever.
Night.
I know. But hey,
my mum's gonna be going to sleep soon, Crispy. This is appalling. It's disgraceful behaviour.
That's all right. You know what? The best thing we can do for your mum right now is provide a quality episode that she can enjoy later in the car.
I agree.
All right, that's the best thing we can do.
It is. But ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We have not spoken for 2 weeks because we had to edit I had to edit the John Davey episode, and it meant that I didn't see you last week. We were gonna have a call anyway to plan podcast stuff out, but that never happened. Yeah.
No, we didn't.
We're not the podcast
for the
shows
plan.
everyone that Crispy's a fake friend. He only calls me when there's Doctor Who to talk about. It's quite upsetting, I've got to be honest.
Correct. And there is Doctor Who to talk about, hence why we're here today.
Yeah, baby. We got series 9 to talk about. No news at all. No news,
No news of anyone coming back or anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
None at all. Do you want to sound the poll bell? We're going to get to the point, by the way, because this is a quick turnaround. I'm going to say there probably won't be any images in this episode on the video version. You still see our lovely, sexy faces. But I really don't want to add anything extra to the editing of this. I want it to be job done. I'm not going to have much time. Yeah, so it's going to be a speed
just
one.
a raw episode.
It's going to be as if it's live, but you guys didn't watch it live because I'm not streaming on YouTube at 10:30 at night. So
No, and that's very valid.
Crispy,
that is very
poll
valid.
theme.
Yeah, mate. You on the poll? All right, here you go. Here we go. It's coming in.
Already. There we go. It's poll time. We do need to keep it up though. Where from now on, like each week, whoever does the intro.
Oh yeah.
This is poll time. We make that a
Does
new
the
thing.
poll?
So
Okay. Write that down.
Yeah.
I'll write that
Ladies
down.
and gentlemen, we have 2 polls because last week again we didn't record. I had to dig out an old interview. Which, by the way, thank you all for watching it. I can't believe that sat on the
archives.
Floor for
People really enjoyed it. People genuinely really enjoyed it. So that was
good.
nice.
People really love the thumbnail, and thank you guys. No one actually said that, but I really liked it, so I just want to give it some love. Okay,
No, that's a
so
good one.
2 weeks ago we asked you which Rusty Davies finale episode is your favourite, and last week we asked you how many series of Doctor Who do you think Ncuti Gatwa will stay on for. 2 big questions. Have you seen the results for either of these polls, Mr. Chris?
I have not. I voted early on, but I have not seen since. Do
you always place your votes in them?
I do usually, but it's like I know when they're going up usually, so I'm within the first 100 votes.
It's almost as if they go up at the same time that an episode releases. Yeah. It's crazy, that isn't it? It's crazy. So let's look at the first one. So the best Rusty Davies finale, as a few people commented, we didn't include End of Time because Crispy was asleep when I made these polls, so we didn't really get much for creative
input. As I tend to do.
Should get you to come up with some poll questions for me. It would save me thinking about them at
I could do that.
2 in the morning. Come up with this week's
that.
one. There you go, the Crispy poll question.
Okay. Yep.
All right, you literally got like a day to come up with it, so good luck.
I got it.
But my idea was purely actual season enders, so that's why End of Time wasn't included. So simple as that. So the votes this time around, Crispy, what do you think? What finished first? What finished last? Let's do it that way.
So what was the question? Russell T Davies finales.
Yeah, which one was rated best for the votes, and which one was rated worst?
Well, the best one will have to be Still on Earth, Journey's End. Have to be in number one position. Last
53% of the votes for Journey's End.
Okay, last might be controversially I think it might be Series 3 because the other two, Series 1 and Series 1, Series 2, very, very famous finales. And I think the last part of the Series 3 finale does let it down a bit, and I think people agree with that.
He's got it nailed.
I think Series 3 is last.
He's got it nailed.
Yeah.
On YouTube, 439 votes in last place with 5%.
Wow.
Series 3 finale, Last of the Time Lords. In third place, 11% of the votes. Series 2 finale, Doomsday. In second place,
Wait, what? Did you say Doomsday?
We're not. No, we're
or
not
Doomsday.
Doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not.
My favorite series, Doomsday.
The Fire of the Ways, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on quickly. Series 1's finale came second place with 31%, and Journey's End came top dog with 53. Audio, 31 votes. Very similar trend, except 55% Journey's End, but 19% for both Parting of the Ways and Last of the Time Lords, putting Doomsday in last place on audio.
Okay.
Again, you have to bear in mind there's far less votes, so had there been as many, it may have evened out, but still interesting. All right, Crispy, how many series of Shooty Gat was staying on for? How many do you think?
I personally think 2.
So do I.
I think that takes top spot.
Well, it doesn't, actually.
What?
On either platform.
One series?
492 votes on YouTube, which might be one of our biggest voted polls yet.
Wow.
So thank you very much.
Almost 500.
And 26 on audio. Can we get 500 votes this poll? Actually, no, not this one. It's Crispy's first one. No, next week after's. That's the one I want 500 votes. All right, I want you to be the one who gets the reward for the grab now. See if we can get 500 votes. That'd be very cool. But we gave the options of 1, 2, 3, or 4 plus series, and both YouTube and Spotify agree that it should be 3 series for Shooty. That's what people think we will do. However, on audio platforms, it's closely followed by 2 series, 50% against 42%, and then 1 vote for both 1 series and 4 series each. So people think 2 or 3. Whereas on YouTube, there was a while for like 100, 200 votes where no one had voted for 1 series, but 1 series has got 1% of the votes. It's not happening. He's not doing just 1 series. I refuse to believe that. Especially when Russell is literally writing the next series already in the middle of them still filming season 4.
I think they might do it back to back, mate. I honestly think they might do it back to back because they almost did that with Series 5 and Series 6 for Matt Smith. Like the turnaround for that was really quick.
Was quite speedy.
So I don't know.
Was quite speedy.
We'll see.
So you never know. But 1% say 1 series, 9% say 4 series or more, 24% say 2 series, and 66% say 3 series. Including Faries, who decided to comment on our post. He said, I think it'll be 3, but I think it's time. Yeah, he said, I think it's time we saw someone break the mold again and do 4, and I'd love that person to be Shooty, which several people have said they want to see more. So,
that's very good.
Yeah, Cameron said it's an unspoken rule that you should never play the Doctor for more than 3 series. Tom Baker broke the rule, and now it's gone on to define his entire career. Well, I mean, that's more because he was the most iconic Doctor of the classic era, right? He was just the most well-known one, but I guess...
And had the most iconic scarf.
True, but I guess part of it did tie down to, how much time he spent in the role. If you spend too long in the role, there's a chance you do get typecast,
Absolutely.
Did you know there were only ever 13 episodes of Mr. Bean on TV? And yet
someone mentioned that the other day,
really?
And I was like, no way.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's crazy. And then it was the same with. Have you ever seen Faulty Towers?
I haven't. No.
Oh, I love Faulty Towers, and they're like, oh yeah, there's only a handful of those episodes. I'm like, what? I don't know. If something's iconic, then it remains iconic no matter the limit.
Like the thick of it. Which, by the way, hit that news bell, Crispy. Hit that ding dong.
Oh, I got it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Just a very brief one for any Peter Capaldi enjoyers out there. I just happened to see this earlier and it's just come back to the top of my head. The thick of it, Peter Capaldi's other career-defining role, aside from Doctor Who, is coming back to BBC iPlayer as of the 20th of June, which is the free UK streaming service. As long as you own a TV license, you can get on there and watch it. So,
ooh.
And it is accessible via a VPN, but you do require a TV license. So if you don't have one, then you'd be very naughty to say that you don't,
Oh, okay. Yes, I've never used a VPN and looked at BBC iPlayer at all in the past week and a half and enjoyed the Sarah Jane Adventures for the first time. But yeah.
Excuse me?
The shock in Troy's face.
You kept that one quiet, didn't you?
Well, I was just... I had never really used... I have this VPN, and I was like, oh... Okay.
No, it doesn't. Not again. We're not doing this again. We are not doing this again. Ladies and gentlemen, He's not in the room. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh dear.
No.
I'm sorry, Troy.
I literally just said this was. I want to put this into Sony Vegas, hit the render button, and be done with it. You've already made that harder for me. How dare your internet do this?
Well, I honestly think it's Riverside because everything is looking snazzy on my end. But
you hear that, Riverside? Crispy no longer wants to do a sponsorship with you. I do. I mean, I'll do a sponsorship for you if you give me a key for it, because I don't own it. He does, but thank you. But yeah, so there you go. So that's a little reminder for anyone who likes the thick of it, never seen it or wants to rewatch it. BBC iPlayer, 20th of June. Get excited. I'm getting used to looking down the barrel of this camera now. It's very weird.
Whoa, it's in 3D.
Whoa. Hang on. Whoa, sonic screwdriver. Weird. Okay, Crispy, ding that dong.
I will ding that dong.
Sounds really weird when you say it like that. What's the big news this week, my brother?
Well, somebody is returning to Doctor Who. Big shock and
I know,
horror.
it seemed that none of us knew. None of us knew at all.
None of us had any inkling that this would be happening. But Mel, also known as Bonnie Langford, is returning for Series 14, is how they're phrasing it in the article. But a lot of us are speculating that she will be in the 60th in episode 2 or something. Like, we don't know much. But they released a promo picture with it saying, oh, yay, she's back. And in the background, a lot of people have pointed out that is, in fact, the leaked Unit Helipad,
I was waiting for you to get excited about that because
Helipad! I'm telling you, Unit Helipad is going to be the most iconic thing in the 60th. Absolutely.
Oh, shut up.
I know. But I think that Mel, will be this recurring character throughout RTD2, which is very exciting because I think a lot of people felt like she was underutilized in the classic series. I haven't seen any classic stories featuring her. All I know is I've seen some clips on Twitter that she screams a lot. So maybe they'll poke fun at that. But I think it's excellent stuff, and they're using legacy characters from Doctor Who. So what do you think, Troy?
I think it's very cool. I think it's very cool. I've only seen a bit of Time in the Rani, which did have Mel in it. But like, it was mainly watching it for the sake of Sylvester McCoy's generation, so I wasn't really taking much in of Mel. I wasn't like going, oh, that's companion. I was like, what's Sylvester McCoy like when he's first playing the Doctor?
Yeah,
bit like Matt Smith. But
oh, really?
Interesting. Who am I? Where am I? And who are you? The Rani, like the way he says it is so funny. And then he grabs his umbrella and then just staggers and falls off a floor. It's just,
nice.
It's very, very chaotic.
I want to watch more Sylvester. I really do.
I need to watch more classic Who generally. Also, we should mention very briefly, happy 80th birthday to Colin Baker as of today.
Happy birthday, mate!
I can't believe he is 80 years old. The man does not.
Colin Baker's 80?
He's 80. I'm double checking this. Get ready for the weekly keyboard clatter.
You're joking. What?
He is. He's 80 years as of today. I cannot believe that.
No way.
The man looks very, very good for 80. He looks very good.
Wow.
How many times can we say 80? If you listen to this, Colin, I don't want to remind you of your age. I'm very sorry. He's almost definitely not listening to this, though.
Sorry, Colin. Sorry, mate.
Imagine if he was. Give him our business card next time you see him at a convention, you know?
I will. I have a Crispy Pro business card somewhere.
I have a live one. Where I literally have one on my desk. Look at this.
Where is it? Oh, let's have a look.
Boom. The Redcast.
Describe it for our audio listeners. Oh, wow. The Redcast. Contact email. Look at that picture of you, Troy. Gosh. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to contact you?
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
Who wouldn't? Cool. I have a bunch of these. I had them in handy in case I ever met someone at a Comic-Con that wants to interview. So, haven't successfully used one yet, but they're there. You know, you never know.
But they're ready. They're at the ready.
Never let them know your next move. But also, Comic-Cons are more to meet people and not to like lobby yourself for a business. So you also have to like read the room. So it very much depends. Anyway, that's our news.
Wow, what an episode. Thanks for listening, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Please
you, Imagine
like
you
on YouTube. Please subscribe. Go and follow the Instagram, guys. It's popping. It is popping over there.
I'm having to take over a bit, aren't I, Crispy? I think someone's a bit too busy partying on Saturday night.
No, he forgets. He's like, oh, if it's in between 9 p.m. and like 8 a.m. the next morning, he's like, oh, why haven't you posted? It's because I'm asleep. I'm asleep,
on a Saturday night, brother. You don't go to sleep
on a Saturday night. Those days of clubbing are done. And plus, even if I was clubbing, do you expect me to go, hang on, I need to go get my drink from the bar. Give me 1 second. I download Picky, come up with caption.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you wouldn't do that while you're out clubbing.
You wouldn't download a car. What?
Wait, so are you genuinely like asleep when the episode goes out now?
Yes, a lot of the time, yes. It's like 10 p.m. now.
You'd be asleep at 9 p.m. on a Saturday. How old are you?
I am... Look, I'm 80 years old. Colin Baker and I share the exact same birthday.
All right, this week's poll. Are you guys asleep by 9 p.m. on a Saturday? Because
on a Saturday,
geriatric pro over here clearly is.
Not all the time. Not all the time. But recently, I've been having very big Saturday days, and then when it comes to nighttime, out like that. Like that.
So Crispy still has almost full control of the Instagram, but I kind of have to do the image post just to make sure we're hopping on track. We have to be finger on the pulse. We're not being finger on the pulse otherwise.
Don't worry. I have some crazy business moves that we can do, and I will pitch them to you.
Okay, come on, now.
It's very exciting. I think every episode from here on out should have some kind of questions and quizzes thing. As in every episode. Every episode is questions and quizzes. Is
this for the listeners to hear? Is this something you want everyone to know? Oh, okay, questions and quizzes being a part of every episode.
Every episode from now on is just questions and quizzes.
We should do. Actually, can you just check on Apple? Because I don't have a single Apple device in my house, and I'm very proud of that at this point, because they're going to be giving you Apple Watches that track your mental health. I think I sound like a 50-year-old, but I think technology is going too far. Anyway,
have you seen the new Apple eyewear thing?
No. Oh yeah, and it's like
that is the most terrifying thing I have ever seen. It literally is Black Mirror. I've never seen anything as scary as that.
Who knows that they're too big for their boots and can just do whatever they want now, and they'll get away with it. They just have to put Apple on the brand, and people will go, "Ooh, yes, me buy."
Yeah, God, I don't understand. Apple people are just the worst.
They really
are. They are horrible.
Yeah.
They've got so much technology. Anyway, what did you want from Apple Podcasts?
No, nothing against Apple people. Genuinely, I'm just not invested in the company myself personally, so I'm not attacking anyone like that. I'm not. You guys know what I'm like by now. I don't know if you think
quite popular, Troy.
No, genuinely, I want to know if there's any reviews on Apple Podcasts, because I don't know if you can review the podcast on any other platform. But my point I was going to make was if there's any actual word reviews on there, if you guys want to start leaving them on Apple Podcasts, since you're busy not seeing us on video, then we could start reading one of those out a week or something, and then the Apple Podcast listeners could be involved.
It's just me and my sister that have left reviews. So please.
Right. So there's your challenge. By the next time we record, there needs to be at least one worded review on Apple Podcasts from someone that isn't Crispy or his sister. All right?
Thank you.
Get on it, people. And if loads of you do it, then that gives us loads of options to read out weekly reviews, and that can be Crispy's new segment, the Apple Weekly Review.
I can check in on the reviews. Yeah, go on, leave us a review. Be kind.
I remember I was a podcast I used to listen to from some YouTubers, and they'd open it and rated 5 stars on Apple by blah, and they'd read out their review, and it was a cool little thing. So it's a way to involve our listeners.
Let's do that.
Speaking of involving listeners, we probably should involve them in the main body of the episode, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should. Which is... Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm vibing out now. Oh, wow.
I think that's a hell of an episode. So, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the Series 9 of Doctor Who in the New Who run. And this series was very, very strange, because I don't think there's been a series yet that has had so many two-parters in it. It was event every 2 weeks. It was very, very strange. But yeah, that's what we're doing to that today. We're looking back.
Also known as the series with the most expensive steelbook.
Yes. It's why is that the case?
Yeah, I should point this out, because I've seen a few people say this on Twitter and on Discord and stuff. People going, "Oh, I can't wait for them to re-release a Series 9 steelbook since they've done 8." They're not going to do that, people. The whole point of the steelbook run was they started doing steelbooks when Series 9 came out. And then every new series after that got a steelbook release as a result. Oh. So the Series 9 steelbook is the oldest steelbook in existence.
In that run. Right.
Yeah, I believe the Series 1 steelbook must have come out not long after it. Or something around to that effect. But then again, the Series 1 steelbook... Yeah, that didn't even have Jodie's logo on, so yeah, it was an old one. So... they started catching up at the same time as releasing new ones for series, which is weird because Series 10 Steelbook was available for ages after, one of the better seasons, and people didn't seem to want that Steelbook. Odd. But really? Basically what they did was therefore do Steelbooks for Series 1 to 8, including special bits, to catch up and fill out the collection. That's why, as you can see, I have every single one. It cost me a lot of money. Don't talk to me about how much. It's much like the lightsabers. I spend a bit too much money, but it doesn't matter. So the whole point was they were trying to catch up. They wanted to get everything in steelbook form. So unless they do a full rerun of steelbooks, they're not just going to suddenly start cherry picking and going, here's Series 9. It's not like the collection.
No.
So people saying there's going to be a new Series 9 steelbook because the old one's too expensive. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. It probably won't happen. So
Don't think that's the case.
Sorry.
Don't think that's the case.
Sorry. I think the best thing is there could be like a re-release of the whole modern run. That could be quite cool. A big collector's edition.
How much is that going to be?
For the 60th? A lot of money. A lot of dinero. A lot of Robert De Niro.
A lot of Robert De Niro. That's too many Robert De Niro. Is the Series 9 steelbook the one with this beautiful like painting of Capaldi on the front and Clara on the back?
And it's
is that
done
the
by
one
my favourite artist, Alice Zhang. And you know what I can do? Just because I'm not putting images on the video does not mean I can't put images on my camera. Because, you know,
Troy,
OBS is a beautiful piece of
software. You are an entrepreneur, my friend.
I am. You know, you should like give me a job. Or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm on about.
What job do you want?
I want a job in being a gamer. How about that?
Gamer. That's how I started my YouTube journey. I was going to be
it's on my camera. You can see right here.
There we go. Oh wow. Yeah. No, that's stunning. I honestly reckon that's the best steelbook cover they've ever done.
It's very cool.
That is amazing.
Slightly unrelated, but I did get a cool new Alice Zhang themed thing. Do you want to see it very quickly?
Yeah, I like how it's like a reveal now because you blocked yourself. There we go. Oh, wow, cool.
It is a series of 20 art cards from Star Wars Celebration, which I did not attend because the trains were all cancelled that weekend, and it was an Easter weekend. Who hosts a yearly Star Wars convention in UK for the first time in like 10 years during Easter? And more on that.
Not me. I wouldn't do that.
But it's got art cards for a whole different range of Star Wars characters.
Oh, that's really cool, Troy.
Like my favourite one, the Darth Vader one. Look at that.
That is sick.
Yeah.
It's like half the face
they
melted.
They all piece together to make one big mural.
Oh, do they?
And I've wanted something signed by Alice Zhang for years. There it is, baby. Bottom left corner, bottom right corner. And it shouldn't be signed. I'm going to say it right now. It shouldn't be signed. At least I don't think it should be, because it said on their site that the signatures were going to be exclusive to people who had met her at Star Wars Celebration and placed a pre-order there, because she ran out of the cards like almost immediately. So I was fully expecting it not to be signed. Maybe she signed them all and it just says like Star Wars Celebration on the ones who attended. Could be that. I don't know. Nice. I'm now going to spend the next 10 minutes struggling to get these cards back into the sleeve. Never mind. I've suddenly mastered it. But there you go. So if anyone ever asks me who my favourite artist is, you now know. Alice X Zhang. She is amazing. Go and check out her work. It's amazing. She needs to do more Doctor Who stuff. She's done the steelbooks for Series 9 and 10. And she did the Flux steelbook. Not the specials, the Flux one. So she's done 9, 10, and 13 steelbooks. I don't believe... No, she hasn't done any others aside from that, I don't think. Just those three. No, so there's been a mix of different artists doing the steelbooks. Yeah, there you go. Should we talk about Series 9 now? We kind of got derailed on steelbooks there. Sorry.
I would happily talk about steelbooks for an hour.
We should do an episode where I get out my lightsabers and my steelbooks and everything, you know?
Yeah,
the nerd episode.
I am still collecting my Doctor Who magazines. This is where we're up to.
Oh, where are you
folks? Up to now? We're up to... What is that one?
The magazine that burned a fan base down. Oh, dear. For the audio listeners, it's the issue that was all dedicated to Sarah Jane, but had David Tennant on more of the cover than her.
April. This one was from April.
Yeah,
that's how
the magazine that spawned a lot of issues and also a lot of memes. You know, my favourite personally being Josh Nair's tweet. I love the Jodie Whittaker era, and it's a Jodie Whittaker figure in the background and just David front and centre. It's a very funny tweet. I like that.
Oh, dearie me.
But yeah, Australia's miles behind those magazines, man. It's crazy.
I don't know why. That's the case. Who knows?
It's just they don't like you anymore. Well. ABC didn't get Doctor Who anymore. Now you're behind on magazines.
It's just the decolonization of Australia. It's a tough time to be an Australian Doctor Who fan, I'll be honest. If you want more on that, listen to our Adam Richard episode.
It's like when I sent you those pictures from the AI-generated SpongeBob stream where it was like, Australia isn't real.
Yeah, I know. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, but yeah.
Do you ever wonder if someone who doesn't really follow the internet listens to our podcast and goes, what the hell are these two talking about? What is AI-generated SpongeBob? You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
You don't.
You really don't.
It's exactly what it says on the tin.
You don't want to see it.
That was the weird... I laughed a lot that day, though. I laughed a lot. I think I woke up to that. I was like, all right, this is what I needed.
You're
Yeah.
welcome, buddy. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Always
thank
here
you.
to make
Appreciate
you laugh. Always here. So, Series 9.
Series
What
9.
are we going to focus on? What are we going to focus on for this?
All right, Troy, I'm going to take you through some episodes in here, and you're going to tell me
we're
what
just
you
gonna
think.
do
We're going to go
episode by
out of
episode,
order.
and
We're
we
not
go
going to be
off?
the most generic podcast in the world. I'm going to be here, there, and everywhere, okay? So you don't know what our next move is. That's because we're unpredictable, and no one knows what's going to happen.
So we're
next.
not going to do
Troy, what did
favourite,
you...
least favourite episodes immediately. We're going to go straight into just individuals.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, we can do favorite, least favorite. All right, let's do. Okay, cool. We're gonna say it at the same time. Okay. So
Which one?
Your
Favorite
first.
Favourite, okay.
And I'll count you. It's gonna go 3, 2, 1, bang. All right.
Well,
You ready?
yeah, we didn't even do a taste like chicken. I just realised. So syncing this is really going to be a nightmare.
you'll be fine. You'll
I'm
be
having a
fine.
great time. It's fine.
Having a
Right,
great
count us
time.
down and we'll hope it lines
All
up. If it doesn't, sorry.
No, it's fine. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Heaven sent.
Heaven sends.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Does it need
stuff.
saying?
No, it doesn't. It's honestly a masterpiece. It is honestly the best thing, one of the best things Doctor Who has ever done.
In fact, can I ask you, Crispy, in your old
Yeah.
age, have you softened up to the idea of doing episodes where we focus on specific episodes of Doctor Who? Because I suggested that to you about a year ago, and you were quite against the concept.
I suppose, kind of. It'd be nice if we had an interview with it.
That
or
would be cool.
something, or someone involved
But I'm not
in
talking
the
about doing
show
what 50%
somehow.
do and running through every episode. I mean, just picking out a few that are very important to Doctor Who. Heaven Sent, Love and
I
Monsters.
suppose-
You know, nothing excessive. We have to do one on Love and Monsters if we were going to do it.
Yes,
have to do
we
one on
will.
Love and Monsters.
We will.
That could be cool. Maybe release some commentary tracks. You watch the episode right before we record the podcast.
Well, John
Release the
Davies,
commentary
John
on
Davies
Patreon.
said he would if you want to do a Power of the Doctor one with
Exactly.
me. do that.
So it could be opening fresh doors. But yeah, so Heaven Sent, that's what I'm saying. Like,
There's
the point I
ideas.
was making was, I feel like there's enough I could say about Heaven Sent to fill an hour
Oh,
episode.
absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Because
I
that
completely
is
agree
just
with that.
An
It
amazing...
came out of nowhere as well.
Yeah, it really did. It really did. I
But,
remember
I mean-
being slightly let down when they were like, it's only Peter Capaldi, but then there was also The Veil, and I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's not just Peter Capaldi, but to be fair, him on his own would have been a bit strange. He needs to have a monster there. And also
I
the
honestly
little bit at
think
the
they
end.
could have pulled it off, but the whole premise is so cool, and it has one of the best payoffs in a single standalone episode. There is a reveal as to why this is happening, and the whole he's dealing with the grief of loss of Clara in there, and Capaldi is such. I mean, he's not only a good actor, but he's a great showman, and he's very much carried that entire episode and that performance. And if anyone had any doubts if he could be the Doctor, I feel like if anything proves it, Heaven Sent proves it, because you're wow. It's just class. It's just absolutely class. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
There you go. Cool.
Very good.
Cool.
Do you want to do
All right.
least favourite?
Least favourite, I'm actually torn. I'm wondering what you're going to say if you're going to line up with me.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it. Ready?
Okay, here we go. You can count it down if you want.
3, 2, 1, go.
The Girl Who Died.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so my question to you is the question that I kind of expected you to ask me. Why the girl who died and not the woman who lived? Which, for anyone who is having trouble remembering, is the Maisie Williams two-parter.
I weirdly enjoy The Woman Who Lived a bit more, because it I like the idea more of, questioning immortality, having finite memory, and this person having to journal parts of their life and just rereading parts of their life. I really, really enjoyed that aspect, and it's a Clara light episode as well, so it kind of gives Capaldi a bit more, dynamic to if you kind of see a different side to the Doctor there, and you're not sure if me or Ashildr or whatever she calls herself in that episode, if they're friends, if they're enemies, they kind of toe that line a little bit, and I really like it. I don't think the villain's all that great, but
The
I
villain
just
is
kind of
one of the
like
worst
that
villains in any
relationship.
episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's just lion. I don't really...
That
There's
breathes
gallows
fire
humour,
for some
though.
reason.
That's cool. I like the gallows humour. That was quite
The
funny.
gallows.
Yeah, because they were telling jokes as the guy was about to be executed. It was gallows.
Oh
humour.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
But
yeah, your
I
thoughts,
really
Troy?
like that
Troy's
dynamic.
thoughts?
I love seeing the whole idea of exploring Ashildr becoming immortal, and how the Doctor has created that, and how he has to kind of deal with the fallback of it and the downsides of that. Because what was... Your camera died already? Really?
Yeah.
This guy. Everyone.
Oh, dear.
Wait, hang on. What about thumbnail pictures?
I'll charge it and I'll send it right to you right after this.
I am watching you like a hawk.
Promise. I'll put it on charge right now. We can have it by the end of the episode.
No. I think, was it in that episode or was it in the one before? I can't remember. One of the episodes of Capaldi was immortality isn't living forever. That's not what it feels like. It's watching everyone else around you die.
Yeah.
And that's it's
a great theme for Doctor Who, talking about that, because the Doctors live for so long.
And it's kind of, I remember it being explored in particular in School Reunion, that whole section of, you wither and die,
Sarah
I get old and I
Jane,
regenerate. Imagine watching that happen to someone that because he loved her. I remember not even noticing that as a kid and then just going, hello, David Tennant.
Romance.
You're going to put your face into a cake of her face? Or... That was wording.
Excuse me?
Remember how David Tennant ate my face that one time? It was a reference to that. You know that thing I have never let go?
I don't remember.
I
don't remember that.
I played it again on my live stream this week, just to show people.
Did you?
Again, I was telling someone, he was like, I've not seen this video. I was like, here you go. So I played it for everyone.
Here you go, look at that.
But yeah, I like the themes of immortality that are explored in that, and that's what makes it stand a little bit more, because both episodes of Maisie Williams' episodes are very run-of-the-mill, very standard, not a massive fan of either of them. But the themes explored in Woman Who Lived make that a bit better for me. So Girl Who Died is just like...
Agreed.
It's fine. I've not really got much to say about it. Peter Capaldi has some good comedic moments. I really like some of his comedy lines and things like that.
And I enjoyed the Mire as, like, the look of them. The look of them. I didn't enjoy Odin.
Yeah.
Like, last week we just had one of them on the show. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah. Well, I've seen the Mire in real life, so...
So have I.
Yeah, I saw it walk around.
Yeah, well, I saw the head.
I saw a headless monk.
I saw screen-used Dalek from Resolution.
I saw Peter Capaldi.
I saw Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, I know.
David Tennant ate
your face. We've had this argument.
Yeah, okay. The famous argument. It's you can even tell from our energy now that we're tired of having this argument, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I think we'll just agree to be friends.
Can I just say, how have we done 63 episodes?
It's weird, hey. I was thinking about that the other day. Someone was like, "Oh, how's your podcast going?" I was like, "Yeah, I think we're about to record episode 63," and they're like, "What?
1963?
Like, yeah, baby." 1963.
How funny of a prank would it be if episode 66 is just actually about Star Wars?
Well, is that when it started?
No, Order 66. Order 66.
Oh. No.
Execute Order 66.
Execute Order 66.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm literally derailing this now. So yeah, least favourite episode would be Girl Who Died. It's just very...
Yeah, okay, wow, we're in full agreement today, which is pretty exciting. Me
as a character, what do you think?
I think you're a great guy. I think you've got a lot of personal quirks. I think
that's why I did Ashildr wrong, because I was waiting for you to do that. Like, it wasn't an attempt at an ego stroke. If I wanted to compliment me, I'd ask you more directly. Like this, Crispy, tell me I'm handsome.
You are handsome.
Oh, keep it going, keep it going. Come on,
you are great. You are loved. You are taken care of. You have a nice new chair that matches your branding. It's very exciting.
I am Red Chair Live. Wait, was that one already in the intro? No, we used something different. You used something different,
but I like that. I like that a lot.
You don't have to pretend like you haven't heard it before. I know I told you the joke like half an hour ago. It's okay.
Did you say that?
Yeah. Run it back in the tape where I said that to him. I'm adding it in for editing's sake, and I hate that I'm doing this. Run it back.
No. Don't do it.
If I forget, you'll get away with it. But we'll see.
That's good.
All right, so, yeah, Ashildr as a character. Some people are quite divisive on Maisie Williams as a character in Doctor Who. I think she's a very interesting character. I like that she pops up several times in the series. She plays a bit of an integral role. I think it's an interesting concept that in Hellbent, when the Doctor goes to the end of the universe... Oh, never mind. I was going to make a point. And Crispy's gone again. Ladies and gentlemen. This is not going to be the easiest edit in the world. I'm wearing the same t-shirt, by the way, I wore the last recording. It's an Avril Lavigne t-shirt. I like Avril Lavigne. Anyone else like Avril Lavigne? I'm just passing the time till he comes back. Here he is.
Hi.
We're just moving on immediately because I'm getting very upset. But No, I like that she pops up in different episodes. I was going to say that it's strange that she's the only immortal at the end of the world in Hellbent when Captain Jack should be there, and then I remembered he turned into a giant face and died, so he couldn't be there.
But then there was that other guy in The Woman Who Lived that also got the the immortality chip. You remember that?
Oh yeah, and they just kind of forgot about that.
What's he doing?
Didn't they kind of like will he, won't he about it? They were like, maybe it'll cancel out because he was dying, and it like there was something he used the power he used up to save the day.
Oh yeah,
they wrote a line in there as if to be like, will he, won't he? But then Ashildr went, did you just make that up? And he went, yes, I did. So it was insinuated he probably was immortal, but I guess we can kind of write it off now in the past as he wasn't.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Strange. Very, very strange.
Do you know what else we should talk about?
What should we talk about?
Hellbent.
Ooh,
if we're going to save Heffer's episode for a special episode, apart from saying it's phenomenal and probably one of the best episodes of Doctor Who or TV ever written, Hellbent, does it deserve the hate? What do you think?
No, I think it's a disappointment, but I don't think anyone should. Like, compared to the week before, I was honestly prepared for the best 2-part finale in Doctor Who ever, and I don't think it's that. Troy, do you think it's the best finale in Doctor Who ever?
I did not go into Heaven Sent thinking the next episode will make it the best 2-parter ever.
Well, there was a hit, like the biggest hit Doctor Who has ever had, and then it's the same writer the next week. I was like, just extend that script, baby. Make it amazing. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's a fine episode, but I remember leaving it and it's like it ends on like a really weird CGI shot of like the diner going through space, and I was like, all right, this show is silly, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know.
Until series 9 to get that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's actually quite a silly show, isn't it?
This is quite goofy.
It's really goofy, but yeah, I don't know. It's all right. I enjoy, all the Gallifrey stuff, but apart from that, I haven't got much to say on the episode. It's fine. I think
it does a job.
They could have. They gave Clara a different ending, and I'm happy with the ending. It reflects what was happening throughout Series 9, so tonally, I don't think it's that far of a contrast. But I enjoy Face the Raven more as an episode. But the fact, like a lot of people complain that Clara came back, I'm indifferent about it. What do you think?
I like. The thing is, I do think it kind of does it undermine her death in Face the Raven a tiny bit. But it also doesn't undo the death. She still has to die at that point, so it's not a complete like reversal of that moment, which is good.
Yeah.
Also, like I like to think about my mum's reaction to it when we rewatched all of Doctor Who at the start of COVID. Like she cried at Face the Raven more than she ever had at broadcast. It was like the thing that she found the most upsetting in the whole show. And like when we went into Hellbent, she didn't seem particularly irked that they went back and saved her. She was just kind of like, well, she still dies at that point. She wasn't really that bothered by it. She thought it was all right. And I kind of like the idea that Hellbent doesn't have an overarching villain. I like the idea that it's just a chance to explore the Doctor and Clara's characters, because Clara at that point had been the longest-serving companion, ?
Maybe. It was
because Amy Pond had 2.5 series, but the half she had was 5 episodes, whereas the half Clara had was like 7, right?
Yeah, true.
So I suppose technically Clara had been the longest-serving companion. So like it was a good chance for them to say goodbye. The hybrid stuff, which we can get into in a minute, was very... this is how the world ends, not with a bang, with a whimper, as actually quoted in the Lazarus Experiment. Ha ha ha. I'm making all the references today.
Lots of references for Troy.
Like the hybrid thing did not land well. It's definitely the worst series arc in all of... No, Tim Shaw was better. Is that a hot take? I don't know. But I don't really feel like it landed that bit well. But everything else, I like seeing the Doctor kind of go mental on Gallifrey and get Rassilon kicked off the planet. I like seeing cool. Like the what was it called? The underground section. Why is it my mind just wiped?
The Matrix.
The Matrix was actually just called The Matrix. I thought it was called something different.
The Matrix Reloaded.
The Matrix Resurrections.
Resurrections? Yeah.
John
With
Wick.
Neil Patrick Harris.
John Wick. Just Keanu Reeves. Cyberpunk 2077. Just all Keanu roles now.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Was he in SpongeBob?
He's in the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, yeah, he was. I haven't seen the SpongeBob. I need to see that one with him in.
It's quite good.
Isn't he just like Keanu Tumbleweed? Is that what he's called?
He is a tumbleweed. Yes,
yeah, he's a tumbleweed. Anyway. We're literally just not focused at all. This is what happens when I've been out for a job interview, come home, watched a gaming live stream for 2 hours, and then immediately had to go on call with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone, I'm a little bit tired. But I did just find out that Spider-Man 2 is releasing on PS5 on October 20th, and I'm very excited for that.
October 20th, you say?
And there's a new Sonic game coming out in like fall, whenever it is. I don't know.
What's the what is it about? What's happening?
It's a new 2D one, which is quite exciting.
Ooh.
It's called Sonic Superstars, and they're charging $60 for it, so it must be good. Because like Sonic Mania was massively popular, and that released on my birthday when it came out that in a particular year. But that was like £20. So they must have something good cooking under for it to be asking for $60.
Must have faith in it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I like the hybrid. I'm trying to separate the hybrid from Hellbent because I want to talk about those two things separately.
Okay.
I really like that the Doctor is the one who gets his mind wiped. That's a cool twist. And I like him saying goodbye to Clara.
Yes,
I like that she
that
gets
as
to be given a happy ending. I know it's a kind of a Moffat thing where, you know, every character leaves and dies in some way, but ends up being saved and getting to live a happy ever after for at least a good chunk of their life. I'm not bothered by it. Never have been. If you cry over it, then good for you. But I think it's
Moffat
a nice
was
thing.
very much like, you know, the fairy tale writer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he that was one
Sometimes
thing,
things
a common
don't work
thread
out, but
throughout his
sometimes they
entire
do.
run. Yeah, exactly. And so I feel like Moffat's also really good at the tragedy. So he'll make this completely tragic event, but then give the smallest little silver lining or glimmer of hope for
And
whoever
that's
it
the
is.
thing, right? Like, even though every companion survives in one way or another, they're not quite ever in the same way. Bill, you could argue, kind of is, because Heather said that she could just, like, you know, reanimate her into a human if she needed to. She's like, it's all atoms, I can rearrange it. So that line was a little cheap. I would have preferred that not being there, personally.
Well, I like the headcanon that people have, like, oh, this is just, like, her heaven. Like, she has passed on, and this is just in her head. And she's able to see Heather, because she's dead as well. You know?
And how did they get the Doctor in the TARDIS?
It's called,
They tended to Dua Lipa. Was he levitating?
Dua Lipa was right there.
And then Bill looked at Heather and she was like, I got you all night. All right.
Go to the TARDIS.
Shut up. But yeah, I literally keep saying but yeah, because we've literally derailed off this topic 5 times, so screw it. Let's just go straight onto the hybrid. And then we'll go back to Hellbent, because then I can wrap up my thoughts after that. So, the hybrid. Do you agree that it's the worst series arc of the Doctor Who run?
I think so.
Yes.
I think it was weak. I kind of like saw what they were doing. They were like, oh, you know, there's this going threat where two things that have come together and it's absolute mayhem. And then every other episode, whenever
He's gone again. And literally at the minute he was going to say like a hybrid, ladies and gentlemen. I am feeling very unhappy now, because this is not going to be the easy editing job I was hoping for.
I don't know what's going on, Troy. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Everybody hurts. Like a hybrid, though, you were going to say. And the most kind of finger wagging moment of that, like Leonardo pointing me moment, was in the Zygon, the second part of the Zygon story, the Zygon inversion, when she goes, oh, you know, Osgood goes, in one way I'm human and I'm also Zygon. And the Capaldi may as well have looked at the camera and gone, like a hybrid, as if to go, dun 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 dun.
Oh my gosh.
Like, they just kept trying to, like, seed it in there, like, the hybrid, it's a creature that's 2 species combined. It's going to kill everyone. It's going to be the end of Gallifrey.
Look out.
What is it? It's actually just the Doctor and Clara. That's it. Which, in fairness, is a nice resolution, like the idea that it is that they're just too deadly a combination to be together. Like, they can't stay together. But it's built up to be something that it isn't. I give up. He's gone. He's gone again. For every time he does this, I'm going to have to combine more video tracks together. I really don't want to... I'm not moaning, but I'm just a little bit irked, ladies and gentlemen. Just a tiny bit. So I'm going to keep talking and he'll just slide back in, no doubt. But, yeah, the hybrid thing, just personally for me... I feel like it was set up to be this big villain, and it just wasn't really followed up on very well. I like the ending, but it didn't really match the setup, personally. And I think in every episode where it was teased, it kept building up to be this big thing, and it just didn't quite land it. What do you think, Crispy?
I agree, Troy.
There you go.
I completely agree.
This episode is a shambles. I almost want to give it up and just say, let's take a week off, but we're persevering.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
If you go once more, I'm ending the episode.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
not really
I don't know what's going on.
I
think
did not
it might
expect you
be-
to agree to that. Hang on.
No, that's completely fine.
We're
My
not. We're gonna
internet
keep-
speed
we're gonna power
it's
through.
all. I'm checking all the specs. It all looks fantastic from my end, so I don't know what's going on.
It's just
It might be
Riverside,
my
Riverside.
upload speed. Who knows? I don't know.
You're very
I
pixely,
don't
so it
know.
could be your upload speed. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
I don't know what's happening. My life's
Everyone's
in
just
shambles.
listening to a great episode of Tech Issues here.
I mean, look, people kind of like this. It's kind of like lore building, like world building about us, you know? People are
guys
like,
like this?
you know, Crispy has like the bad internet, like that's an ongoing bit. People will be like in the car, be like, oh, that's so funny when Crispy drops out. That's hilarious, you know?
No, they won't.
Anyway.
So, but that's the point. So, the hybrid was set up as this big threat, and that ties you back into Hellbent, because a very big pivotal point of that episode is me saying, you know, oh, it's you know, the hybrid. What if the hybrid wasn't one person but two? Ooh. And like they never actually fully confirmed that is the right answer, but they pretty much point at the screen and go, "That is what it should be." Really, Missy was the one who put you two together, which she never really acknowledged that too much. She mentioned it like
No.
on a off the cuff, but Missy wasn't even there when the full reveal happened, which I thought was a bit odd.
It is strange.
But to be fair,
Moffat
bringing
just
Missy
kinda
into
paid it
Hellbent would have been a bit excessive anyway. But
yeah.
I like the idea that Clara gets her an happy ending. Is her having her own TARDIS with me and going off on their own adventures maybe a little bit goofy? Yes. Do I wish it was any different? I'm not sure I do. I think it's fine. I like the idea that Clara was literally becoming the Doctor across Series 9, and it's been argued in the past that it wasn't very well set up at times, but I think there were quite a few moments that
I think
showed
there's
it.
some really, really good stuff.
There could have been more, fine, but, you know, there were quite a few bits that made me think she's trying to doctor it up a little bit. You know, she's trying to be a bit more doctory.
Well,
so
she just
I like the
takes
idea that
a
she
lot
gets
of
to basically
initiative,
become
doesn't
the
she?
Doctor.
Yeah.
And me
no, exactly.
becomes Clara, you know?
Me becomes Clara.
She does. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
I really liked, just while we're on the topic of Series 9, the Under the Lake two-parter. I think that's really, really good and underrated. But I think I really like Clara in those episodes because she takes a lot of initiative and she becomes kind of doctory. And then there's that beautiful scene in Under the Lake.
In the TARDIS.
In the TARDIS where the Doctor's like, hey, slow down, love. Like, yeah, what are you doing?
Get a relationship. You're bananas about relationships. You're
exactly.
always
Go
writing
do
songs over
that.
them and going to war over it and all that. Like, it's such a great scene.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. But yeah, so I think the seed was definitely planted throughout Series 9 especially. But even with Series 8 and Flatline and stuff, like, you know, the Clara, like, loves this lifestyle of the Doctor and thus wanting to become the Doctor herself. Not directly, but live that life and live dangerously. And then, as we saw, too dangerously. But yeah.
Yeah. And Series 9 taught us all a very important lesson, everyone. And it's one that you should follow very seriously.
Yeah.
Always respect it. Tattoos kill. Never get a tattoo.
Kill.
They kill.
Never get a tattoo. At all. For 20,000 subscribers or less. You know?
Never get one, Crispy. Never
get one as a celebratory.
Then you're going to have a clock ticking on your neck.
I should get the tattoo on my neck.
Do you guys hear that Raven sound effect in the background that I'm definitely not adding in post? Just add a Raven to the soundboard, and then you just all of a sudden we hear a Raven. It's like, that's how the episode ends. Let you be brave.
Let me be brave. Please, let me be brave.
Do you think she's being brave if she screams when the Raven hits her anyway?
I think it was quite brave of her.
It was. It was very brave.
Yeah, I mean...
I would have done much more. I would have run anyway, probably. Had I been like...
Got a Raven to the back. Ouchies.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want... I mean, who wants to face the Raven?
I've closed my eyes, at least. Pretty sure she closes her eyes.
She does for a little bit, then she opens her eyes and screams, and there's like 5 different camera shots of her screaming that were all clearly different takes, which I find really funny. Like, there's no really like masking of it. It's like these are all different takes.
But it's still good. I did cry. All right, Troy, I'm just going to run through a couple of episodes here. What did you think of the opener, the opening two-parter?
Very good. I think it gets a lot of stick. But
I love it as well.
Out right from the get-go that Capaldi has changed, perhaps a little bit too dramatically, too quickly, if anything, but not enough to annoy me. I love that Skaro was brought back. That was a really cool twist. Remember when it aired, I was like, that's a brilliant twist. Love seeing more of Davros. I hope we get to see him again soon. It's been a little bit. They're treating
Clara?
Davros more like the Master than they're treating the Master at this point, where you're like...
Yeah, true.
Because the Master's supposed to be like kept under wraps for ages, and then he comes back and it's a surprise, but the Master's showed about 50 million times, whereas Davros has had 2 stories, and that's it.
Exactly.
In the modern
I thought it was really, really well done. And
but to be fair, if we're following a 5-season pattern, then I think I mentioned this before on the podcast, he's due for Series 14.
Oh, yeah,
4,
I don't
9,
think it'll happen.
14.
I don't think it'll happen. I think we'll see Davros again, but I don't think it'll happen in series
I think
14.
Farry's made this point. I would really like to see the Daleks be the main villain at the end of series 14, because actually, I hadn't clocked this. The Daleks haven't been the main villain of a series since series 4. They've been everywhere. They've popped up. They've been in loads of different episodes, but they haven't been the actual main villains of a finale since series 4.
Yeah, well, bring it back. Bring it back.
And that's what I love when you get like a
menacing.
Dalek popping up early in a series. It almost feels like this is Doctor Who going, look, we know the Daleks have to be in the series. We're under contractual obligation to put them in. Let's get them out of the
Pop
way.
them in.
Then you won't see them again. Especially in the pilot. I love that because when it was in the pilot, I was like, so does that mean we're free of Daleks for the rest of this? Okay, cool. All right.
Yes,
all right.
yes, we are. Yep.
We get one Dalek played by John Davey.
If you want to see that episode, go and check it out.
Go and watch last week's episode. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
When The Magician's Apprentice and Witch's Familiar came out, I was actually doing work experience at the BBC at the time in Sydney.
He loves to bring this up.
It was a
he loves
huge
to bring this up.
opportunity. But it was really, really cool watching it with all these other nerds that love the show as much as I did. And like as a kid, I was about to finish high school.
Am I not enough nerd for you?
Oh, we didn't know each other at the time, Troy. I'm sure he
Whose
would
fault
have
was
been
that?
friends from way back. Whose fault's that? Riverside. Riverside's
Why is it Riverside's fault?
Because they didn't exist.
True.
But yeah,
Because
so
it
when,
never
when
even
we
existed.
did that, but I was actually fortunate enough to live tweet the Witches Familiar on the Doctor Who Australia account as the episode was going on.
What?
So that was fun. That was really, really fun. It's ages ago, bro. It's 2015. You're not going to be able to find it at all.
It's like an Australian account for Doctor Who?
Yeah, it's not active anymore, I don't think. But at the time, it was popping. So that was really, really fun. I really enjoyed that.
I'm having a bit of a Google.
I just, as a kid, I don't think I even had 10k subs or anything back then. I don't even know how many subscribers I would have had back in 2015. I'd only been doing it for 2 years. So, maybe just a couple thousand. Yeah, it would have been just a couple thousand.
I'm struggling to find any evidence of it, but I'm looking.
Well, it might be deleted now.
If I search Crispy Pro Doctor Who Australia, it gets 0 results.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah,
Because...
so basically, you could be making it all up.
Yeah, and then also at the same work experience, David Tennant and I went out for chips, and Martin Scorsese drove us there, and Santa
Is this your way
Claus
of
was there
testing
as
whether
well.
I'm listening?
No, I'm just saying I'm making up a ridiculous story because you think I'm lying.
Okay.
I was like, well, this actually happened, but no. And the work experience of the BBC was insane, really, really cool. I got to see a bunch of statistics on audience appreciation index on different characters from Doctor Who. Like, they were able to gauge if people like this character or not like this character.
Ooh.
And people were very indifferent about Danny Pink. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, well, we knew that. We knew that from watching it. We knew that at the time. You didn't need an audience appreciation index to tell us that.
Yeah.
Danny Pink was, so some people, he was Danny Stink.
Oh, we're not renaming him that in the podcast.
No, we're not, because I like Danny
Stink.
Pink. I'm not renaming him to that.
I genuinely like Danny Pink. I just wish they referenced him more after the fact with Clara.
Yeah, I wish they would Danny wink at the camera a bit more about him.
Ding, ding. That was me winking. I realised
Do you think his favourite animal is a Danny Mink?
Do you think when he has bathroom problems, it's a Danny Sink?
Do you think that his favourite thing to do is to go down to the Danny Ice rink?
Do you think when he's had a tough day and needs some self-reflection, it's a Danny Think?
Do you think his favourite colour is Danny Pink?
That was good, man. That was good. I like that. Do
you think his favourite Disney character is Danny Tink? A bell?
Nice.
Yep. There you
Nice.
go.
Very good.
Okay, I think we should have
Very
stopped at
good.
favourite colour. Let's stop at favourite colour.
That's a good bit. Thank you for
It's
watching
not a
this
good
week's
bit.
clip.
It's not a good bit. It's not a good bit. It's like I'm drunk playing CS:GO level bit. Like, what was that? That was terrible.
I enjoyed it. I really
Okay.
liked it.
Have you got anything else to ask about Series 9? Because we're clearly running on fumes already.
No. Sleep No More. Your thoughts? I know a lot of people aren't a big fan.
I really want to do that, please. Can I do that? Can we go?
You, Troy, what are your thoughts on Sleep No More? Oh my God, he's asleep. He's fallen asleep. Mr. Sandman, give me some dreams.
It's a good episode.
I'll put them into this time machine.
Good episode. I like Sleep No More. I like Reece
I like
Shearsmith.
Sleep No More as well.
I think him narrating it is very cool. It's an interesting horror concept. We're actually been watching and recording the whole time. I love the found footage idea. I think it's actually used quite well.
Yeah, I agree. They took a risk, and I'm really sad that they didn't get to do more kind of experimental stuff, because I think this episode was quite divisive. But sorry,
it was quite, and it was the only one in the whole series that was very kind of standalone, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was followed by Face the Raven, which kind of led into Heaven Sent, which then led into Hellbent. That's the thing. Face the Raven, Heaven Sent, and Hellbent. I know even though the last two kind of share similar names, I don't see them as a 2 or 3-parter in that same sense.
No.
Because they all tie together, but they all tell very individual stories, I feel like.
I'll respect that point. I will respect that point. Because, they do get clustered together, and the names do allude to that. But, yeah, you're right. They are very different installments, and I should view it like that. I like that.
You should do. And I mentioned it. I said I would mention this when we got to Phase 9. It was Marvel all of a sudden. 9. We got to Series 9. I love Face the Raven suddenly just shifts halfway through the episode from a little detective drama thing to Clara's going to die and you're going to cry.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a very well executed shift, and Sarah Dollard is elite for writing that so well.
The goat.
She did amazing. She did brilliantly. Bring her back. We need her for Series 14 or 15 or 16 or all of them.
I don't care. Become showrunner.
Showrunner. There you go.
Yeah. Gosh, Crispy for showrunner. Nuh-uh.
No,
Sarah
Dollard for showrunner.
Thank you.
Oh, Sarah
Appreciate
for showrunner works better. I like that. Yeah, not Dollard. Sarah works better. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I'm just trying to think. What other episodes have we not discussed? Zygons. Well, hang on, Crispy. How have we not talked about Zygons when it contains possibly the best 12th Doctor speech? One of the best Doctor speeches, arguably ever.
Ever. This would be good.
Because when you fire that first shot, no matter how heartbreak you feel, you have no idea who's going to die. You don't know whose children are going to scream and burn, how many hearts we've broken, how many lives shattered, until everyone does what they were always supposed to do from the very beginning, sit down and talk. Listen to me, I just want you to think. Do you know what thinking is? It's just a fancy word for changing your mind. Say the line. I will not change my mind. No, I'm not finished. You have to say I will not change my mind.
Am I supposed to? Is that what's the name says?
That's what Bonnie says.
I will not change my mind.
Then you will die stupid. Alternatively, you can step away from that box, you can walk right out of this room, and you can stand your revolution down. It goes on from there, but I'm not going to keep going. But thanks. I wanted it to be a cool little bounce back, and you didn't even know the script well enough. Disgraceful.
I only knew that the first little bit there. I didn't know Bonnie's dialogue at all. But I forget that you are a living BBC archive script in your head. Yeah,
I am. Ask me for something right now.
Can I have $1?
No.
He's looking around. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what all it is.
Give me a quote from the episode Hungry Earth.
Silent. Absolute silence.
Yeah, nice. Give me a quote from Rose. The first episode, not the character.
I know. Go on, you go home and have your lovely beans on toast.
Yeah, I said give me a quote, not what I'm going to do after this.
You have beans on toast?
No, I don't.
I'm British and I don't even really have beans on toast.
Oh, well, there we go.
I remember the last time I ate beans.
Beans. Bad beans.
All right, one more. Give me one more. Give me a challenge.
Give me a quote from The Waters of Mars.
I said a challenging one.
Oh, okay, fine. The girl who died.
What happened since the very beginning of time? Well, that's a very long story.
Wow, you could be right. I'm not going to fact
actually,
check any of these.
Big Bang dinosaurs. More recently, something fake. Oh, I picked the wrong quote.
I think you said about babies crying or something. I don't know. You said something about babies.
Hang on.
Hang on.
This face, I know why I chose it. I know what it's for. To remind me to hold me to the mark. I'm the Doctor and I save people. And if anyone listening happens to have a problem with that, to hell with you.
No, say that last bit better.
I'm not saying it with an echo. It's very late at night. I think my mum is going to sleep, and that's why I've gone quieter, in case it wasn't obvious.
To hell with you!
To hell with you. That's why I've gone quiet, ladies and gentlemen, because it is late at night, and my poor mother is working tomorrow morning. Okay? She's working.
All my
this is literally Who's There After Hours.
Left.
This is Who's There After Hours. It's like the Weekend album, but a Doc 2 podcast. We should probably wrap, I feel like.
Yeah, let's wrap.
I feel like this. I have to apologise for my kind of slightly more tired demeanour You know, it's better to have me tired.
That's all right. I'm only just getting awake
a
now.
week.
I started tired and then got more awake.
So basically
You
what's
started
happened is
more
you've
awake
sucked
and
the
then-
energy out of me.
Yes, I'm like the wire hungry.
And on that note, thank you all very much for watching. We really appreciate you all being here. That was a very horrifying sound. Crispy, do you want to tell everyone actually this time around what the poll is in the episode?
What the poll is in the... Like, you want me to
Yeah,
say
you said you
what the
decided
poll
what it
is?
was. I want to hear it right now.
Okay, cool. All right, so everyone, the poll for this week is in regards to the latest news. I was wondering, do you think that Mel will just be in Series 14? Do you think she'll be in the 60th in Series 14? Or do you think she will be in 60th, Series 14, and Series 15? That'll do. Something like that.
And Series
think?
15. I think you're going to go
Series
60th, Series 14 or both, but no, Series 15 as well.
Series 15. I think she'll be recurring. I think she will be in all
Maybe we'll
three.
do 4 options. 60th, Series 14, 60th and Series 14, or 60th, Series 14 and Series 15.
Yeah, done.
That's a lot of options. I don't think I have that many pictures of Bonnie Langford available to me on Google Images, but I'll make it work. work. There you go. Well, thank you all very much for listening. Really appreciate
Thank
you all
you,
being
everyone.
here.
Let us know your thoughts
I
on
don't appreciate
Series
your
9.
internet connection not being here. It's gonna.
No, I'll sort
painful.
that out. I'll contact Riverside and be like, yo, I keep dropping out. What's going on?
Yeah, beat them up.
Yeah.
Well, don't actually beat them up. Just give them a cookie, and maybe they'll do what you ask.
Cool. I'll give him a cookie.
Alright.
A crispy cookie.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for hanging out. Crispy, is it going to be live next week? Question mark.
Yeah, let's make it live next week. Let's do that.
Let me
They
check and
deserve
make
a
sure
live
nothing's
stream.
happening next Thursday. I don't believe it is. I don't even know why I'm asking you that. I'm pretty sure Thursday and Friday I have no lessons next week because that's why I'm getting a new job because I'm running out of lessons and I'm not going to have any money. Help. We're all good. So we'll probably do it Thursday usual time, about 12 o'clock UK time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good to me. Sounds
9 o'clock
really
yours.
good to me.
Bit of a
Sounds,
late night.
Sounds
late night stream.
sensational.
All right,
Late night
everyone, make sure you
crispy
tune in
hours.
on YouTube on Thursday, the 15th of June. I swear something's happening on that day. 15th of June. That sounds familiar.
Series 14.
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows? Whatever. It can't be important. If you forgot it, it mustn't have mattered. Like you forgetting Across the Spider-Verse. How have you still not watched that film? We're ending on that note.
Because I've been DJing for the youth.
Don't care. Watch Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I will. I know it's very good. All right. I will.
Hey.
Hey.
Did the shoulder touch. Yeah, that was good. It was a good reference. Right, we'll see you
Very
all
good.
next week in episode 64 of Who's There Doctor Who podcast. Crispy, what are we doing next week live?
We had top 10, our top 10s. It's our top
Exactly.
10s. Oh my
What
god.
are we doing it for? We doing it for like Russell or just like general top 10s?
General.
General top 10s.
General. Oh, we could no. Let's make it general, and then we can hone in later if we want. But
I
let's
like it.
do
I like it.
Our
The
general...
thing is, if I'm going to make cool graphics, you're going to have to tell me about your choices ahead of time, which removes some of the suspense.
do you want to do?
But
Oh, okay. All right. Do.
am I doing
okay.
graphics or? I feel like I was going to.
I don't know how this works because you said it was off the Phase live stream or something. I don't know how the
yeah,
format
yeah,
works.
yeah. The special graphics. I'll talk to you about it.
Okay, cool.
All right. But that means that you guys can share your ranks because what they normally do, actually, I'll give you a bit of a heads up at the end of this now before we wrap up. It is completely ripped from the Phase Zero Marvel podcast, so shout out to them. They will literally do a list of top 10, like whether it's most anticipated films for future for Marvel or top 10 things in Phase 4, whatever it may be. They'll have a list from 10 to 1 and they'll show you the 10th entry, then the 9th, and the 8th. They'll also encourage the chat at the same time to share what their 10th, their 9th, their 8th is. So if you can order your top 10 episodes, should we allow 2-parters/3-parters as one entry? Or
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Why not?
So a single episode or 2-parters as an entry each. And if you can rank your top 10, don't share them with us. Well, actually, you could do. You could share them with us, but make sure you do it in the live chat on YouTube, basically. As we go through each one, tell us what your 10th is. When we do, tell us what your 9th is, and so on. It's going to be interactive, so try and be there
That'll be fun.
for this live
That's
one
really
if you
good.
can.
Gosh, it's going to be a good podcast. I'm really excited.
It's going to be a fun one. 12 p.m. UK time, that's BST. 9 p.m. Australian time, that's 8 EST.
8
and other
EST,
time
Australian
zones
Eastern.
may apply. You know, terms and conditions apply. You know, other
Please keep
products
your
are
hands and
available.
feet inside the vehicle.
Exactly, and do the Harlem Shake. Don't know why I said that. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you all next week with episode 64. Until then, it's goodbye from Crispy,
Bye.
whose camera is now charged. What a great full circle moment. And it's goodbye from me. Crispy, do a big shouty Alon Z to say goodbye, because I'm not waking my mum up.
Hello, Z.
Oh, that's an Alon Z from Tom Jones. Wow, that was really good.
I've gone for
She's a
Elvis,
lady.
But yeah.
Alright, see you all soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.